Hi everybody, welcome back to DIY with Danica. For today's tutorial, I hope to be saving you some money with your holiday decorating. Recently, I was at Joann's and I saw a beautiful red berry wreath. And at Joann's, it costs about $40. But when I researched, I saw that these same wreaths can go anywhere from a very small one for $10 up to a really, really large one on Amazon that was about $70. So I figured, as I often do, that I can make this myself, and you probably can too. So today we're going to be using our materials to make our very own red berry wreath. For today's tutorial, we will need the following materials. We are going to need a wreath. Now, I have one here that was wicker. I have already spray painted it red just to save time. And you can find these wreaths at Michael's, Joann's. I think I may have even seen a wreath like this at the Dollar Tree. So any size round wreath that you like will do. We'll also be using some artificial berries, and these I purchased at Joann's. They were originally $3.99, but they were 50% off, so I got them for about $2 each, and I bought 5 bunches just to make sure I have a nice and full wreath. So that's about $10. And like I said, you can get a wreath at Dollar Tree for $1. So far we're up to about $11. We're gonna be using our scissors today. We'll be needing a piece of ribbon in order to create a loop for the wreath to hang on. And of course, we will be using our handy dandy hot glue gun and glue stick. I believe that's all we need, so let's get started. So my first step is going to be to detach the fake berries from this stem here. And there's lots of ways to do this. I like to give a gentle cut around, and it's not even a hard cut, just breaking that plastic, because once you do it, you can just bend and it should snap off easier. See? So you want to do that to all of your berry bunches. And I'm going to set aside the leaves just in case I want to incorporate them into the wreath. So let's do that. And again, when you're cutting these, you really just want to cut through the plastic part. You're not going to be able to cut through the wire and then bend it and it'll snap off. If you try to cut through the entire thing like in one cut, you're probably going to mess up your scissors and make it harder than it has to be. Okay, so I have removed all of the artificial berries from the plastic that they were all attached to. There were 6 per bunch, and I have 5 bunches, so that's 30 of these. My next step is going to be to hot glue these in. So I'm going to go in the same direction that the wood is moving on my wreath, and I'm going to stick them in and hot glue them in, going in that direction. And it's going to be really easy. I'm probably going to use maybe about half of them or so on the outside because I want a wide arc, and then I'll come in and put some a little closer to the center circle, and that'll hopefully make it a bit fuller. So let's give that a try.
Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. The fireside is blazing bright, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around.
So far so good with the wreath. I am not sure if I want to add any bits of green yet. In order to help me decide, I think I'm going to take this to the room where I intend to have it and hang it up and see how it looks. I'm also going to take this time to measure out a piece of ribbon to glue onto the back so that it can hang on the wall. The next step, after taking the wreath to the place where I want it to hang and looking at it, I've decided that I don't want to incorporate the green leaves. I really like it simple like this. But what I do need to do is to create something for it to hang on. And honestly, between you and I probably should have done this first, because now I'm gonna have to turn the wreath over and lay it face down, which will probably mess up some of the berries. So in order to avoid that, I'm gonna do as much of it as I can first. So while I was in the other room, I measured out the amount of ribbon I would need so that the wreath hangs exactly where I want it to hang. And I'm simply just gonna put a dab of glue on one end, take the other end, cross it and let them touch. And try not to get burnt while I'm pressing them together. That was easy peasy. And now I'm gonna take this and get it really secure in there. So I think I wanna hang it doesn't matter. I'm going to wrap this ribbon through the back of one of the pieces of wicker and try to like bring it back through again. And that's why I really like this wicker, because it has holes and openings for me to stick things in. And if I had used a brown wreath, one that almost looks like mulch, then I'm suspecting that I would not have had a lot of space to stick the berry wreaths in. Okay, so guys, look, see, I put the ribbon under. I'm gonna take the loop, I'm gonna grab the other side and pull it through. Yeah, like that. So I pulled the loop through. Now it's tied around, and then I'm gonna also put hot glue on that too, so that it's as secure as possible. Just a big lump of glue in there. And I was able to do it without laying my berries face down. So the very last step is going to be to look through the wreath and get rid of these little white pieces. Every once in a while, the berries will break, and when they do, you see these white parts on them. And I know you guys probably can't see them. Like, there's one right there, and there's another one. Can you see that white right there? Some people might think it's not a big deal, but the way my OCD is set up, like, that would drive me crazy every time I looked at it. So I'm going to take a red Sharpie, and I'm going to color in any places where I see a broken berry that allows you to see the white foam that's underneath. And then I'll be finished.
Trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
And here we have it, our completed berry wreath. That cost me, I'm gonna say, just to be on the fair side, I'm gonna say it costs anywhere from $12 to $14, not even $15, because the wreath, you might be able to find it at Dollar Tree, but if not, you might pay about $2 for it. The ribbon I already had. Home Depot sells can of spray paint, cheap, $1. I get it all the time for different projects. But I would really encourage you when you make this to, if you get a wreath that's made out of wicker like this, that you spray paint it red, because if I had left this the natural wood color, it would really show through. If you're using a wreath that's that dark, it almost looks like mulch, I know I mentioned it before, then I think that would be the only type where you wouldn't have to spray paint it red. I really like those with the berries. If you like this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and tell a friend about DIY with Danica. And last but not least, remember that if I can do this, you can do this. Let's go see how it looks on the wall. This is the wall where I'm actually going to hang the wreath. I have a piece of metal work up there that is permanent, like that's not coming down. So I wanted to make sure that when I measured the ribbon to hang the wreath on, that it would hang right at the center of that metal work. So I'm gonna put it on and we shall see how it looks. Gorgeous, right? I love it.